What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day. Alright, so today's video I'm going to be going over my C.D.S Round 4 battle clips. Some things I just wanted to point out, go over, and talk about because some things, I just wanted to express a little. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so my first battle, I was going up against June 2008. He was in his Mustang, I'm in my R15. So going first off, based on everything you see here, I had to stay back a little bit because his name, you obviously know in car wrecks, when your name is black, you can sort of touch them and it sort of just mess everything up. So obviously I had to stay back a little, but I wanted to maintain proximity, not really go offline. His line was a bit wobbly, so I kept having to readjust and make a whole bunch of corrections to stick with him without hitting him. And then coming up onto the U-turn here, you see I was trying to get as close as possible, but right there I sort of got a little too close. I had to back off quite a bit, so then I had to reel him in, and from here everything was smooth and pretty much I pretty much had the advantage coming into the second half of the battle. Alright, so now for the second run, I was in the lead. I knew his car was particularly slow, but also when it comes to chasing, he was a lot better. So I knew all I had to do was throw down a solid qualifying type run. Managed to do that. Got into the second outside zone here. As you can see, it held it. I didn't want to go too far wide, which was perfectly okay. Coming in onto the U-turn though, yeah, he had a gap, but I stalled right here. But I guess it was enough to keep the car in motion. But as you can see, he spun out. I guess he entered a little too hot or tried to avoid contact with me to mess up the run, resulting in him getting a 0 and me taking the win. So yeah, there's that. Coming into the top 16, my second battle was up against Genetics. He's a phenomenal driver, great guy. He's very fast, loves to tap doors obviously, but coming in I was lead first. I decided to enter quick because I know how quick he was. As you can see, he's right there on my door, so I try to once again throw down a solid line for lead. Had to use the e-brake a little bit, which is a deduction, but I managed to go just outside the line, which is perfectly okay. Wanted to get as little of a deduction as possibly could, so I tried to throw down a solid 99 run, but as you can see, he was sticking with me right here. I messed up a little bit coming into the U-turn there. I entered a little too early, causing me to have to slow down quite a bit, having to clutch kick a little too much there, but he managed to stick with it, and now as you can see, he's catching up to me, not really letting off proximity, staying right there next to me as we cross the finish line. Now, coming into the second part of this battle, this is where I want to sort of explain and talk about a few things that sort of didn't make sense to me and to a few of the other drivers. So this is going to be a prime example of this because a lot of people want to debate about it. So as you can see right here, he has 2 tires off. Now in C.D.S, the rule is 2 tires off counts as a 0, a spin out or engine failure, stalling counts as 0 as well as contact, but we're going to talk about 2 tires off contact. As you can see, clearly he has 2 tires off, which technically should have been an automatic 0. Here's another look at it. As you can see, his tire marks show indicating 2 tires off of the section. So coming in to the first inside clip, he comes in again. This part of this is a little questionable because sometimes it can be due to lag, but you can also see both of his rear tires are off the track. Now coming into the third outside zone, he didn't really go off track at any point of this. He held the right line. I'm right there with him, giving him nice proximity, not trying to give a little too much contact because of desync. Coming into the U-turn, we have a good, both of us do it very well. I get gapped quite a bit, so I try to make up some ground, having to cut the line a little bit, but I gain proximity and I'm right there with him again. He doesn't go off at all, but coming into last section, he drops 1 tire too early, but then at the last spot I spin, or he spin, or I hit him, and he sort of results in spinning. So once again, that's just something I'm confused about. A lot of people of my buddy Coop, VPC, Haley, all 3 of our battles sort of resulted in the same way with some of the same issues happening, and it was brought up to a lot in the server, and it was talked about quite a bit during the battles, and there was a big debate about it. Again, it's me personally. I feel as if the rules had been as followed, that would have technically resulted either in an OMT or me automatically getting the victory, because he went 2 tires off twice in 2 different zones. So that's just something that I personally feel like they need to have a look at or reevaluate when it comes to rules, because if people are seen doing this but it's not being called out or pointed out to by the judges, then obviously a lot of people are going to get a little irritated and upset about it. So again, once again, like, I was the only one this happened to. My buddy Coop had this happen, and VPC's Haley battle also happened. But again, this is just my viewpoint of it. These are my battles. Especially this one in particular. This is where it happened. So again, at the end of the day, it's all for fun. It's all meant to be, for drivers to learn to get better and have fun in a game. Be competitive about it, because we all love drifting. It's a sport we all can come together about. But at the same time, if stuff like this does keep happening, or it happens again in the near future, then obviously people are going to have a big debate about it. They're going to be angry, and it's going to be a lot of hectic toxicness and all that stuff. So again, me personally, I feel as if it should have ended, it resulted in a one more time or me getting the win, because of the fact that the rules, he had crossed 2 tires off, which was technically resulting in a 0. But again, that's just my viewpoint. That's my viewpoint. I'm not saying it should be implied. Anyways, at all, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, drop a comment if you enjoyed it. Yeah, just if you do plan on joining stuff like this or doing stuff like this, please evaluate the rules. And if you do find something like this to be unfair or something, you can obviously send your clips to me. I'll go over them. Send me the rule book. I'll take a look over it. I'll even evaluate it for you. But as far as this sort of stuff happens all the time in several different competitions, several different servers. Even in real life, sometimes it happens. But it's again all for fun. We do it to get better. We do it because we love competitiveness in the virtual world of drifting. So yeah, it's just a lot of stuff like this is very frustrating to some drivers, especially those who've worked hard. Obviously everyone works hard, but those who have put down like 90 plus runs in sort of qualifying, being top qualifier, and trying to replicate that same thing in battles, only to have a loss placed on your record because rules weren't completely evaluated and sought through to the end, even in battles, causing in so many different sort of dilemmas of drivers having issues with it or other stuff. So just at the same again, just sort of have an open mind to this sort of stuff, and it does happen to you. Just it's all for fun. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Once again, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.